A lot more balls than he was earlier on the session.
And Ken is absolutely right. That has to be Kyron's philosophy.
Well, all Kyron's have to do is just go out and play. That's all you can do if you can stay in that moment and just play the game of snooker. But I think, yeah, when you're 8-2 in front in a match and all of a sudden it looks like you're still coasting to a victory, yeah, sometimes you can lose sight of the game. Yeah, a bit like the long-distance runner looking over his shoulder. You can only go wrong from that position unless you can forge ahead. It's really tough to keep your opponent really under wraps and keep on potting frame after frame. Somewhere down the line, you ease up mentally. It's tough to fight against that.
They think it's all over. Maybe it's not.
Doesn't look it, Jason, does it? 8-2 to 8-5. And Ronnie's, well, at the moment, looking very rocky. And I mentioned a break of 51 to go 8-2. His highest break since then is 15.
Yeah, I mean, I know he was 8-2 ahead. He's still 8-5 in front. But this is the worst I've ever seen Ronnie Sullivan play in a final of the World Championship. By a long way. It's not beyond the realms of possibility that Karen could get out of this session 9-8 in front, you know.
Well, someone somewhere did say he's there for the taking. We shall see. One thing is for sure, he'll be getting encouraged by this. Well, Kyron, all the more important to keep hold of that cue ball.
6.
Because he's going to get chances the way this is going.
Seven. Nine.
Yeah, came down the side of the table, just wasn't particularly bothered about the cue ball length. He knew this was a plant. Back up for
10.
blue. Just have to pull up a little bit.
Now, if this black cushion, as it seems to be, is very springy, this is if he's going to play off the cushion here, this is actually a tricky shot to judge. He could lose the cue ball here. He might go into the pink just to kill the pace of the cue ball. Let's see where the cue ball ends up. Yeah, it's not too bad. He's controlled it nicely. Wants to get that black into play as soon as possible. This has to be hit very well. Pots the red into the wrong side of the pocket. He cannons it black.
Yeah, first look, this has got to be pure, hasn't it?
I suppose if he hits it bad enough, he could possibly promote the black to the left corner pocket, but he's gone against this red.
Yeah, I like this choice better. Take that out the equation.
16.
Yeah, he's got that momentum, so he doesn't want to be taking silly risks that he doesn't have to. Just stay at the table. Stay potting balls.
Twenty-one.
Not perfect with the cue ball. That shot coming down from the blue. So I'm going to have to clip this one in.
22.
Yeah, good shot. He just needs to land on the red better than he has done on a couple of occasions so far in this break. Been slightly off when he's come down. How's it now, Karen? Is that better?
27.
That is such a bad shot. I can't even give him benefit of anything there. You cannot get the cannon on the red. Had to screw that more to come wide.
Bramble. Karen Wilson, 28.
Big opportunity missed there with that one poor positional shot. Yep, Ronnie's all over the shop at the minute. Far too thick. Have to gap through the middle. Kind of just needs to keep the cue ball tighter. If he can do that, he's going to win a few frames here.
One.
Okay, this is the only loose red available. So after this,
5.
cannon into the bunch. I'll make sure he guarantees himself a good angle here.
Six.
So we've seen a shot earlier when he went into the pack in the first frame, actually, that the cue ball stuck into the reds because he didn't have enough zip on the cue ball. Let's see if he can get the cue ball out of there this time. He has done. He's okay.
Yeah, I'll give a lot more pace and that zip you were on about, and he'll be delighted to see that
13.
red go over the middle pocket. Here it is. I was going to do the sound effects like you there, but I thought I'll leave it.
Fourteen.
Just come wrong side of the blue. Yeah. Confident Karen Wilson has no problem leaving mid-distance shots. That's his speciality.
Shouldn't really be having to play it all the time now. I'm just wondering
90.
whether he realised the blue had come off its spot there when he played that positional shot. Anyway, it's already happened. He's got to knock this in.
$20.
Yeah, good cut.
There's definitely only one player in this match at the moment.
$27. $28.
That's pretty good. Audience in the Crucible, as
35.
ever, very knowledgeable. And Kyron, slowly but surely, is eating into that scoreline.
36.
Ronnie O'Sullivan has got to step it up.
$43. $44.
It seems a strange thing to say about someone that's still going to be 8-6 ahead, but it's a test. How badly does Ronnie want to compete
51.
in this? How much does he want to come out of this
52.
session with a decent lead? I mean, if you win in the last 3 frames, you still come out with a 5-frame advantage.
58.
And a frame. So another frame. And always talk about momentum. Kyle Wilson's got it. He only trails by 2 frames now, 8-6.
Thank you, Stephen. And Stephen, Ken, you look at Ronnie's body language at the moment. What do you think, Steve?
Well, he's struggling out there. I do think the table conditions have seemed to have affected Ronnie far more than they have Kyron. He hasn't dealt with it very well. He's lost his confidence and his focus, and he's uncomfortable. You know, you can see it in his body language. You know, he's not happy.
Ken?
Yeah, I mean, 8-2 up, everything was going well. All of a sudden, you know, Curran's come back at him, and he looks as uncomfortable as he did against Mark Selby. And even in that, when I got back to that final against Mark Selby, I think he was 10-4 up. Mark Selby came back at him, and he just, you know, he sort of almost, you know, gave up the fight. I'm not saying he's going to give up the fight now, because he could come out and like win the next frame, but his body language has just deteriorated over the last couple of frames from nothing really, from being in a very commanding position. The body language of Corrin Wills got stronger.